Hello, esteemed gentlemen. Power isn't loud, it's invisible, strategic, and moves in silence. In a world obsessed with validation and constant noise, there exists a rare breed who thrive in the shadows, unseen, unbothered, and always 10 steps ahead. These are the Sigma males, men who have mastered the art of navigating life by their own rules, never playing the games society expects. Fact: studies have shown that those who operate with quiet strategy rather than seeking constant attention often achieve more profound success because their moves go unnoticed until it's too late. But how exactly do Sigma males stay ahead of the curve, outsmarting the crowd without even trying? This video will take you inside their world, uncovering the brutal truths and untold strategies that keep them far beyond everyone else's reach. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will shift your perspective on power, control, and the true meaning of staying ahead. Number 1. Strategically embracing failure. Sigma males have a unique approach to failure. They don't just accept it, they roll out the red carpet and invite it in for tea. While most people dodge failure like it's a rabid dog, Sigmas greet it with open arms, understanding that failure is basically the universe's way of handing them a masterclass in life. They recognize that each misstep is a golden opportunity to gather knowledge that they can use to refine their game plan. To them, failure isn't a pitfall, it's a stepping stone, like one of those fancy water features in a garden, only with fewer koi fish and more hard-earned wisdom. When they stumble, they don't sulk or wallow in self-pity. Instead, they take notes, like a diligent student who just got an unexpected pop quiz. "Oh, I tried to scale that mountain and ended up tumbling down like a sack of potatoes. Well, I'll remember that next time I attempt something ambitious." They dissect their failures with surgical precision, analyzing what went wrong and how they can adjust their approach for next time. In a way, failure becomes their favorite teacher, albeit one with a penchant for dramatic lessons. This strategic embrace of failure doesn't just build resilience, it also makes Sigma males nearly impervious to fear of judgment. While the average person might hesitate to take risks for fear of looking foolish, Sigmas have mastered the art of saying, "Hey, if I'm going to fall flat on my face, I might as well make it a spectacular faceplant." Their willingness to fail publicly gives them an air of confidence that's downright magnetic. Ultimately, Sigma males understand a superlative truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's an essential part of the process. They've turned the fear of failure into a launchpad for growth, proving that the only real failure is not trying at all. So, while others are busy dodging failure like it's the plague, Sigma males are out there embracing it with a grin, ready to turn every flop into fuel for their next grand adventure. At number 2, perpetual self-reinvention. Most people cling to a fixed identity because it feels safe. They define themselves by their job, status, or social group, and once that identity is set, they rarely change. They become predictable, locked into routines that leave no room for growth or adaptation. This is exactly where Sigma males break the mold. They refuse to be confined by any single identity. Instead, they constantly reinvent themselves, shifting when necessary to adapt to new situations, people, and environments. This ability to shapeshift isn't just about being flexible, it's about survival and staying ahead. While others are busy trying to maintain their status or fit into a role, Sigma males are evolving. They understand that life isn't static and what worked yesterday won't necessarily work tomorrow. By constantly redefining who they are, they gain an advantage over those who are stuck in place. Sigma males also know that a rigid identity makes you easy to control. People know how to manipulate you if they know what you stand for, how you think, or what you value. Sigmas, on the other hand, are elusive. You never really know what version of them you're going to get because they're always one step ahead, shifting their approach based on the situation. This keeps others guessing and prevents anyone from boxing them in. The secret to staying ahead isn't just knowing how to play the game, it's knowing when to change the rules or even when to change yourself. The Sigma male's ability to constantly reinvent himself makes him a moving target, someone who cannot be pinned down or overtaken. It's this refusal to settle into a single identity that allows them to outmaneuver everyone else. Number 3, never explaining their moves. Sigma males have an almost unfair advantage. They never feel the need to explain themselves. While most people bend over backwards trying to justify their choices, actions, or beliefs, Sigma males just move, quietly, confidently, and without asking for anyone's permission. This refusal to explain isn't arrogance, it's strategy. The moment you start explaining yourself, you give people the chance to poke holes in your decisions, to question your motives, or to drag you into pointless debates. Sigma males sidestep all of that by simply keeping their mouths shut and letting their actions speak for themselves. Not explaining their moves keeps everyone guessing. People can't predict the next step of someone who doesn't leave breadcrumbs, and that's the key to staying ahead: unpredictability. When you don't give people anything to work with, they're left trying to figure out your next move while you're already 5 steps past them. It's like playing chess with an opponent who has no idea what game you're playing. While they're overanalyzing, Sigma males are already executing their next strategy. But it goes deeper than that. By not explaining themselves, Sigma males protect their energy. Explaining every decision, especially to those who don't really care or understand, is exhausting. It drains mental energy that could be used for more important things. Sigma males would rather conserve that energy, using it to refine their plans and focus on their goals. And here's the beauty of it. When you don't explain, people tend to respect you more. They assume you know something they don't. Silence makes them uncomfortable, makes them second-guess their own judgment. Sigma males know this, and they use it to their advantage. They aren't interested in convincing anyone. They're too busy winning in their own lane. At number 4, thinking in decades, not days. Sigma males think in a completely different time frame than most people. While the average person is caught up in the day-to-day, worrying about what's happening next week or obsessing over instant gratification, Sigma males are playing the long game. They don't make decisions based on what will get them a quick win or immediate validation. Instead, they think in decades, not days. They're planning moves now that won't fully pay off for years. But when they do, it's massive. It's like they're planting seeds in the present, knowing they'll harvest a forest in the future. This mindset gives them a huge advantage. Most people rush through life trying to cash in on every opportunity right away, afraid that if they don't, they'll miss out. Sigma males are patient, almost maddeningly so. While others are sprinting to the finish line, Sigmas are quietly pacing themselves, knowing that a marathon requires endurance, not speed. They understand that real power and success aren't built overnight. They're built through consistent, calculated moves over a long period of time. Here's where it gets funny. People watching them from the outside might think they're doing nothing. Why isn't he hustling like everyone else? Where's his hustle culture? But that's the trick. While others are frantically trying to achieve quick wins, burning out, and pivoting every few months, Sigma males are laying the foundation for something that will last. And when it finally clicks, those same people are left wondering how he became so successful seemingly overnight. The truth is, Sigma males know something most people don't. Slow and steady wins the game, especially when everyone else is busy chasing after quick, short-term highs. They're not rushing because they're already 10 steps ahead in their minds. It's not that they're not hustling, they're just hustling smarter. Number 5, weaponizing silence and observing the noise. Sigma males have mastered the power of silence, and it's not just because they're the strong, silent type. While most people are busy talking, oversharing, or trying to impress others with their opinions, Sigma males are doing something far more strategic. They're listening. And here's the kicker. They're not just listening to the words, they're paying attention to what's not being said. That's where the real intel is. Think about it. When people talk too much, they give away more than they realize. Insecurities, motives, weaknesses. Sigma males know that information is power, and they collect it without ever showing their hand. Silence becomes their greatest tool in understanding the dynamics of any situation. It's almost like watching everyone else dig their own graves while they sit back, shovel-free. There's also a certain mystique to someone who doesn't feel the need to fill every silence with noise. When a Sigma male stays quiet, people start to wonder what's going on in his head. Is he thinking 5 steps ahead? Does he know something we don't? The truth is, he probably does. By staying silent, he creates an aura of mystery that keeps others on edge. The less he says, the more others reveal. But here's where it gets really clever. By saying little, Sigma males avoid unnecessary conflicts. They don't get roped into pointless arguments or feel the need to defend themselves constantly. They know that words are like currency, too much of it and it loses value. So they spend theirs wisely. And when they do speak, people listen. In the end, Sigma males understand a simple truth. If you're always talking, you're probably not learning. And if you're not learning, you'll never be ahead of the game. Number 6, operating in the shadows. Sigma males have a knack for operating in the shadows. They don't seek the spotlight, and this is precisely what makes them so powerful. While most people crave recognition and validation, Sigma males understand that real power lies in being unseen. They move quietly, behind the scenes, making moves that others don't even realize are happening until it's too late. This gives them a significant advantage because people can't react to what they don't see coming. Staying under the radar allows Sigma males to gather information, observe dynamics, and strategize without interference. While others are busy trying to get attention and approval, Sigma males are quietly calculating their next step. They prefer this low-profile approach because it lets them avoid unnecessary distractions and drama. The less visible they are, the fewer people can target them with expectations, judgments, or competition. The beauty of operating in the shadows is that it makes Sigma males unpredictable. Since they're not in the spotlight, people tend to underestimate them or think they're inactive. But while everyone else is busy with their public image, Sigmas are making silent but significant moves. They understand that when you're not in the spotlight, no one's keeping track of your progress, which means you can build momentum quietly and strike when the time is right. This approach also keeps Sigma males from getting caught in ego traps. They don't need applause or external validation to feel accomplished, and that frees them to focus purely on results. By the time others notice what they've done, they're already 10 steps ahead, leaving people wondering how they achieved so much without anyone noticing. For Sigma males, the greatest power isn't in being seen, it's in being invisible until it matters. Number 7, avoiding tribalism to control their own narrative. Sigma males don't get caught up in tribalism. They aren't interested in joining groups or subscribing to collective beliefs just for the sake of fitting in. While most people find comfort in aligning with a tribe, whether it's social, political, or professional, Sigma males reject the idea of belonging to any crowd. They understand that groupthink is a dangerous trap. Once you're in, you lose the ability to think independently. The pressure to conform often means sacrificing your own values and vision just to stay accepted. By staying outside these groups, Sigma males control their own narrative. They aren't swayed by the opinions of the herd, and that gives them an edge. While others are busy worrying about how they're perceived within their tribe, Sigmas are focused on their own growth. They don't need validation from anyone. This independence means they can make decisions based solely on their own logic and intuition, without needing to consider the expectations or approval of others. Here's where it gets interesting. People in groups are constantly trying to figure out who's leading them and what the next step is. But Sigma males don't wait around for anyone's permission or consensus. They set their own direction, and ironically, this often makes them leaders without even trying. Others see their independence and start to gravitate toward it because they recognize real strength in someone who doesn't need to follow the crowd. In fact, Sigma males often become the trendsetters. While everyone else is following the latest groupthink fad, they're quietly operating on their own terms, and before long, people start imitating their way of doing things. But by the time others catch on, the Sigma male has already moved on to something else, staying ahead by simply refusing to be boxed in. Number 8. Turning criticism into free intel. Sigma males have an unusual relationship with criticism. They don't take it personally. While most people react emotionally to criticism, either getting defensive or feeling hurt, Sigma males see it as free information. Instead of letting it affect their ego, they treat criticism like data. They sift through it to find any useful insights that can help them improve or refine their strategy. In a way, they use other people's opinions as a tool, turning negativity into something productive. What's brilliant about this approach is that it flips the whole dynamic. While others might be trying to tear them down or point out flaws, Sigma males are quietly absorbing everything, adjusting, and getting even better. It's like getting a free review of your playbook from the opposition and using it to dominate the next round. And here's the kicker: the person criticizing has no idea they're helping. Sigma males don't waste time defending themselves or justifying their choices. They just silently gather the feedback and move on. By the time their critics realize what's happened, the Sigma male has already used the feedback to get even further ahead. This ability to detach from criticism also keeps them emotionally steady. They aren't thrown off course by every negative comment or opinion that comes their way. While most people crumble under the weight of judgment or spend days obsessing over what others think, Sigma males remain unshaken. They see it all as part of the game, a resource to be leveraged rather than something to be feared. In the end, Sigma males understand a simple truth. Every piece of criticism is either an opportunity to learn or an opportunity to ignore. Either way, it's never worth losing sleep over. They take what's useful, discard the rest, and keep moving forward, always ahead of the curve. Number 9. Becoming masters of psychological warfare. Sigma males are experts in psychological warfare, but they don't go about it in obvious ways. They aren't manipulative in the traditional sense, trying to force their will on others. Instead, they play a subtler, more strategic game, using their deep understanding of human behavior to influence situations and people without ever making it seem like they're doing anything at all. One of their main tools is the ability to read people. Sigma males are keen observers. They pick up on body language, tone of voice, and the little things most people miss. By paying close attention to these subtle cues, they can gauge what people really want, fear, or need, often before those people are aware of it themselves. Once they've gathered this information, Sigma males know exactly how to position themselves to get the outcome they want, all without the other person realizing they've been guided in a certain direction. What sets Sigma males apart in this game is that they never let their emotions show. While others are reactive, letting their feelings dictate their actions, Sigmas stay cool and detached. This makes them incredibly difficult to read. People don't know what they're thinking or planning, which gives them an upper hand in any interaction. It's hard to play against someone when you have no idea what's going on in their mind. The best part? Sigma males don't use their understanding of psychology to control others overtly. They're not interested in dominating anyone. They simply want to ensure that they stay in control of their own path. By mastering psychological warfare, they can navigate social situations, business dealings, or personal relationships with precision, always staying one step ahead, while everyone else is still trying to figure out what just happened. Number 10. Creating and breaking their own rules. Sigma males thrive on their ability to create and break their own rules. While many people feel trapped by the constraints and expectations laid out by society, Sigma males view these rules as mere suggestions. They carve out their own codes of conduct based on personal values and insights, allowing them to navigate life on their own terms. This independence is a hallmark of their character, enabling them to define success and fulfillment in ways that resonate with their unique experiences and aspirations. The beauty of their approach lies in its fluidity. Sigma males are not rigidly attached to the rules they create. Instead, they adapt them as needed. When circumstances change or new opportunities arise, they don't hesitate to revise their own guidelines to fit the moment. This adaptability means they can pivot quickly, seizing advantages others might miss because they're too busy adhering to a fixed set of rules. For Sigma males, breaking their own rules is not a sign of weakness or indecisiveness. It's a testament to their strength and foresight. By establishing their own codes, Sigma males prioritize authenticity. They aren't just following a playbook, they're crafting a narrative that reflects their true selves. This authenticity makes them more resilient to outside pressures, as they're not swayed by the expectations of friends, family, or society. They can take risks that others might shy away from, knowing that even if they stumble, they're following a path that aligns with their values. Moreover, this self-defined approach fosters a sense of empowerment. Sigma males understand that rules can be tools for growth or constraints on their potential. By bending or breaking them, they cultivate a mindset of exploration and experimentation, constantly seeking new ways to challenge themselves and expand their horizons. Ultimately, this ability to create and break their own rules enables Sigma males to thrive in a world that often tries to box them in, allowing them to remain free, fluid, and always ahead of the game. In a world that often values conformity and adherence to established norms, Sigma males stand out as pioneers of their own destinies. Their ability to create and break their own rules, cultivate emotional immunity, and strategically embrace failure sets them apart from the crowd. They navigate life not as passive participants but as dynamic architects of their reality, unbound by societal expectations and equipped with the self-awareness to adapt to any situation. This unique mindset allows Sigma males to remain 10 steps ahead, turning every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. They thrive in the shadows, unbothered by the distractions that derail others, using their emotional resilience as a shield against manipulation and negativity. By viewing failure not as a setback, but as a vital part of their learning journey, they transform missteps into blueprints for success, demonstrating that the path to mastery is paved with lessons learned. Ultimately, Sigma males exemplify the power of self-sufficiency and the courage to chart one's course in a world filled with distractions and limitations. They remind us that true strength lies not in conforming to external pressures, but in embracing our individuality and following our own instincts. As they continue to break boundaries and defy expectations, they inspire others to do the same, proving that with the right mindset, anyone can rewrite their narrative and achieve greatness on their own terms. The journey may be unconventional, but for Sigma males it is undoubtedly extraordinary. One that challenges the status quo and paves the way for a future defined by resilience, independence, and relentless pursuit of authenticity. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the extraordinary world of Sigma males, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community for more insights that'll keep you 10 steps ahead in life. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. It's going to be a wild ride.